Stay tuned and let's take a look at these Power Rangers Lightning Collection Zeo Cogs 2-pack. Pow, and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And remember, you can now hit that join button and become a channel member as well. Of course, simply show some love or join the members club. Much appreciated. Today, we are taking a look at the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Zeo Cogs 2-pack. Now, in the UK, I believe these are a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. That is where I pre-ordered mine, and I definitely wasn't expecting them to turn up today. But here they are, so I thought, why not whack them on the review table and take a look. We finally have some fodder villains for our Zeo Rangers. Now, if you're a fan of the channel, you know I love Power Rangers, but definitely more so of the Zordon era. I remember Power Rangers Mighty Morphin and Zeo, of course, Turbo in space, but after that, it gets a little bit fuzzy. But I remember these Cog guys. These were essentially the brand new putty villains, if you will, for the next generation of Power Rangers. So very happy to add some of these to the shelf, and I'm happy we're getting them straight away in a 2-pack, just like we did with the putties. It makes a lot of sense for you to army build these guys nice and quickly. Not a fan of the price point, not going to lie. These are £50 a pop in the UK, so it's cost me £100 just to get 2 boxes of these, which is 4 figures, £25 a pop. It's pretty steep for an army builder, not going to lie. But here we are, all the same. I'm an idiot. I will do the reviewing and you can make your mind up. So I like the window box, well, no window box, but I like the front of the packaging. I like the overall design of the Lightning Collection figures, always have, so no complaints there. If we spin it around all the way to the back, you actually get a graphic. This seems to be like a digital render of the figures that we get in the pack. One silver with a bit of glitter, it seems, and the other one's more pink, but we do get interchangeable heads, weapons that we recognise from the show, of course. Not much else on the back, no wave association, no bio, no write-up, so these are definitely for collectors that know what they're buying. We just get the Power Rangers Lightning Collection logo at the bottom there. Hasbro, we get Power Rangers Zeo logo on the top, not much more on the bottom, just all the legal stuff. But yeah, let me open these up and let's see what we've got. So I've just opened up the box, and it makes a lot of sense to show you this straight away. So this is the plastic tray that the figures are in, obviously, but it does show off all the accessories that you get with these guys very nicely, to be fair. So we get 2 figures, and as you can see, both of the figures have the standard cog heads on. We get 2 interchangeable heads in the middle, and that's where the eyes pop up and they can sort of blast the Rangers. They get 2 sets of weapons as well, 2 long staffs and 2 small ones. We also get some interchangeable hands, so both of them seem to be having C grips. Then we get 2 sort of grabby hands and 2 fists, so we'll see how they sort of balance out in a minute. We get some effect pieces that we've seen already in this Lightning Collection. You sort of attach to the chest, and it's sort of like a hit effect maybe, and then we get some fist effects as well, so they can sort of swing some punches at the Rangers. So it is a nice box set, I'm not gonna lie. It makes sense for an army builder to get a couple of interchangeable heads, hands, weapons, blast effects, so I'm not complaining there. And the figures look great. Just looking at them, I recognise them instantly of the cogs from the Power Rangers. So first impressions is very nice, but I'm going to take these out the plastic tray, because that's all this is, the plastic tray, and we will take a closer look. But so far, so good. Out of the plastic tray, yet again, just to confirm, both cogs come with the exact same accessories. Same blast effects, heads, weapon and hands. Both cogs come with exactly the same. The difference being is one's pink and one's silver. Now, when I think back, my mind's eye of the cogs is, of course, this chrome and gold. But looking back at the footage, there are definitely a few pink ones snuck in there as well when they were battling the Rangers. So it is very accurate to get one of each. And as we army build, I like that we're going to have that mix and that blend for the shelf. So yeah, I like that a lot. So of course I don't need to go over the accessories twice. I will just go through the accessories once, but we will take a closer look at these cogs. But they do both seem to be on the exact same body. The only difference is, of course, the deco. So I'm going to go and have a look at my mind's eye version of the cog first and look at this chrome one and see all the other bits and pieces he comes with. Now, with him being chrome, it's actually quite hard to get the right colour balance against my white background. So bear with me, I hope it's not too washed out, but it is a very nice, shiny, metallic looking gold for the helmet. And I do like the sculpt as well, very accurate. All these lines you see in the helmet are sculpted in there with that black outline as well, so they do stand out. Those eyes have got a little bit of gloss to them, and they are buried deep in the helmet as well, so they shine as well. The grill's nicely painted with the golds and the black. I think it's separate plastic, so it stands out very nicely. And again, the exact same on the side. Spin him all the way around and you get his gold chrome dome. But yeah, that is very nice. So simple, but it works, and I like the way they've done that. As I said, the eyes are buried in there and they're a little bit glossy, so they are nice. Taking a look at just the figure in general, it is the sort of standard body that we've seen now of the Lightning Collection, where we get the ab crunch, but then we also get the swivel on the waist, which is very nice. All action figures should come like this if they can. So that is very good in regards to articulation. We also get this very deep butterfly joint, double jointed elbows, of course, that go about that far because of all the creases. But yeah, you cannot fault the Lightning Collection in regards to range. Like, those butterfly joints for the front are perfect. Now, these are robots, of course, so the arms are not going to go flush to the side of him, which is a little bit unfortunate. I always like to get my action figures to sort of stand neutral, and no one stands with their arms sticking out like that. However, these cogs are mechanical. They are robots, so I forgive them for standing a little bit wonky with their arms sticking out, but they don't seem to want to go down any further than that. That is how you're going to get a neutral stance for these cogs. The bout is a separate piece, it seems, with the gold sort of cogs on the side, so you get that black bout. The gloves and the sort of wrist pieces, a bit of black in there as well, but that's all one solid piece attached, of course, to the forearm. Looking down to the boots, you're getting some different silver to the body there on the top of the boots, and there is a nicely hidden swivel there at the top of the boots as well, and then that gold sort of strap across the front of the boot with some sort of nails or bolts in it. They are robots again, but there is like a sort of fish scale, I don't know how else to explain it, but like a fish scale pattern to the body there with a few other colours in there. So under the lights you can see a little bit of yellow, a little bit of blue, and they're just sort of spackled across, if that's the right word I'm looking for, like dots, sort of like a, sort of, you zoomed in on a digital print, then you get all that dot effect. So I don't know if this is 3D printed or what, but there is definitely a sort of fish scale effect across the body. So I hope that's coming across well. And that, again, all the way run down to the legs. Slightly different on the legs, the chrome, sort of like a foil texture, if you will, but definitely some blues and yellows in there, and it hits the lights nicely. You can see it. So under the lights, you can sort of see that gold shining under there. They haven't done it on the back. The back is just all plastic, just silver, sort of chromy plastic, sort of more of a grey chrome, to be honest. The legs are definitely more shiny than the chest. I don't mind the differences in the metallic, though. Of course, they're robots. They can be built out of different machinery, whatnot. But it doesn't have that same effect on the butterfly joints, it seems, but it does sort of follow on the arms. So the same sort of effect that's on the legs is on the arms. And again, you might be able to see that sort of spackle of blue there on the legs and arms. So yeah, legs and arms the same. Chest is a little bit different in regards to the plastic, but they have gone for that same effect. And yeah, I'm definitely seeing blues and yellows. So you let me know what you can see under there. But I like the sort of effect they've gone for. But yeah, it's the Lightning Collection you can't fault with articulation. So both figures will be exactly the same. So let's just do this one time, people, one time. So yeah, legs go out that far. They will go forward about that far as well. There is a swivel at the top of the thigh, of course. You can hear it clicking there. Double jointed knees, which go pretty good considering he's got a big boot sort of ring there at the top, but you can still get it quite good. There is a really nice ankle pivot and a hinge as well on the boots. The swivel, of course, is up here at the diaphragm sort of waist ball joint, if you will, and then the diaphragm does have an ab crunch as well. Arms, as I said, very nice butterfly joint. You can get the arms posed nicely there, and back on their side like that. It's a shame the butterfly joint isn't all the way around, because it would be great to get that range, but again, they're robots, so they can be a little bit more stiff. As I said, double jointed elbows like that, and there is a swivel at the top of the forearm as well, so not only at the shoulder do you get the up and down, which is very nice, by the way. Like, look at that. That is a bit weird and mechanical, but yeah, nice articulation there, no complaints from me. The arms, both hands seem to have a sideward swivel, so not up and down, just side to side, which is fine, but they are carrying spears, so I would have liked an up and down option as well. But yeah, in regards to articulation and stuff, that is what we've got, and both figures are exactly the same in that sense. Articulation is the same, boots are the same, wrists are the same, bouts are the same, heads are the same. The difference is, of course, this geezer is pink. So as I said, no effect, no shiny chrome, no like spackle effect or fish scale pattern. It is just like a salmony colour. So there's another fish reference for you. This guy's got fish scales, this guy's salmon. But yes, definitely a pinkish vibe all the way through on the arms and on the legs. And yeah, as I said, very accurate to the show though. You cannot fault that at all. Nice and accurate. So you get your 2 cogs. One's chrome, one's pink. And yeah, there you go. Looking good. So let's check out what accessories they come with. So spinning back around to the head sculpt, you can see here, this time the cogs sort of faceplate is lifted up just like it does in the show where they sort of blast the Rangers with those light beams. And yeah, there you go. So the cogs faceplate has been lifted up and it reveals all this mechanical sort of sculpted detail under there, which is very nice. Not a lot of paint detail. There could have been a dark wash in there to sort of bring out the sculpt, but there is some silver under the eyes. Obviously the eyes are red now, not black, and there is gold, silver and red in there, but the sculpt is very nice. You cannot fault that on the side there. Spin it around, the same there. Very symmetrical, which I like for these mechanical beings. So there we have our 2 interchangeable heads. One sort of open, cogged, if it will focus, there you go, and the other one sort of closed. Sort of gives me Doctor Who vibes, this one. But yeah, there you go. 2 cog heads, up to you. Pick your preference, but I like having those options. It's a nice touch. So both cogs come with one of these bladed weapons. So again, you get 2 of all of these accessories that I'm about to show off. Like there you go, there's the second one there. So this one is a smaller sort of retracted sort of spear, if you will. Just silver with the gold points on either side. Very nice, quite small, will fit into his hand, no problem at all. So there he is holding it. Obviously he has the bigger spear. There is a section in the middle for him to hold. You can sort of just fudge this through the hand, to be fair. The plastic is soft enough to do that, and then he gets a tight grip there in the middle, and it does fit firmly, to be fair. Let me just zoom out a little bit so you can see what's going on. So there you go. Now we get the longer spear. The same as this side. The points, the gold points are exactly the same on both spears, if you can see. Just the pointed sort of mechanical sort of screw bolts, if you will. But yeah, silver and then the gold tip. So yeah, both of these cogs come with a set of these. So small and big. And as you can see, 2 big ones, 2 small ones. I like that we get options for both. So yeah, weapons. And of course there is C-grip, so we can hold, you don't want him holding both. Usually they're not holding both in the show. Usually they've got either or. So you can obviously get this guy, because of the articulation, holding one of these, and he can sort of get him posed up to fight the Rangers with one of these spears. So yeah, he will hold it with both hands. And yeah, that's probably 2 C-grips. So if I take them away, and as I said, 2 C-grips there to hold the weapons, but he does come with interchangeable fists, which are a grabby hand and a fisted hand. I don't know if they've got technical names, but you know what I'm talking about. There's your evil grabby hand, sort of can just sort of try and grab the Rangers, whatever he's trying to do. And then we get a fisted hand, so we can punch the Rangers. And this is also useful for one of the effect pieces. So there's the hands, and here's the effect piece. So purple effect piece, blue, purple translucent plastic, soft. I like all the lightning effect pieces. Never got any complaints with them. So this can actually sort of just go into the fist, and now you can get like you're punching a Ranger, which is a nice touch. Can't wait to see what D Amazing does with all of these accessories when he army builds these guys. So yeah, put that over the fist, and now you've got a punching cog, and you've got this purple sort of effect piece to sort of demonstrate the sheer force these cogs have. I can't seem to get it to grip in perfectly. Maybe I'm just being stupid, but yeah, it will fit in tight, to be fair. There you go. So yeah, there you go. That's not going to fall out either. So get that all posed up, and you can get him punching, and that looks pretty good, to be fair. And again, just to reiterate that both cogs come with exactly the same. You can't have one cog with 2 fisted hands, for example. Both of them come with the right-handed fisted hand and the left-handed grabby hand. So you do not get one full set of fists and one full set of grabby hands. The only full sets you get are the C-grips for holding the spears. Other than that, they both come with 1 fist, 1 grabby hand. You can't mix and match and create 1 punching cog, for example. So I thought that was just worthy of note. But as you can see, Both cogs here have that blast effect and works very nicely, and they can also grab a ranger as well. The last accessory, they both come with one of these chest harness pieces. So you get two of these, which is a very nice translucent plastic. This sort of looks like an ice effect, doesn't it? Maybe you could use this with your Marvel Legends, but it's basically a harness that goes over the figure, and it's meant to sort of demonstrate a blast. So maybe a ranger hits them with a weapon or punches them, and it sort of demonstrates, gives it a bit of dynamicness to the display, and I don't mind that at all. It adds a little bit of life. So there you go, that just wraps around. You've seen how easy that was. That's a soft enough plastic, and it sort of just hooks around the cog. Again, we've seen these already in the Lightning Collection with the putty patrollers, so you can sort of just get him posed up like he's just been blasted, and then this guy can come in and punch him, and it's meant to represent a blast effect. So yeah, it works nicely and it does the job, and it does add a little bit of life to the display and for your ACBA. And when you've posed it upright, you can't even see the sort of harness pieces that grab onto the chest. It does look like it's just exploding there in the middle. So that's very nice, and as you can see around the back there, it just sort of hooks onto him. So I like what they're trying to do here. The Lightning Collection do a pretty good range of sort of effect pieces, and this is just another one of them. So yeah, that's pretty good. So yeah, not bad. So let's finish off with some comparisons, and this obviously had to be the first one. Here we have our cogs compared to our Mighty Morphin Putty Patrollers. Now, the cogs and the Putty Patrollers are essentially the fodder villains for their respective Power Ranger teams. First, we have Rita Repulsa's putties, and then we had King Mondo's cogs. So if you want to set up some nice ACBA or just do some army building, this is definitely a good start for Mighty Morphin or for Zeo Rangers. And it's nice that both of these are available in 2-packs. I don't think the putties are easy to find anymore, so maybe the cogs will go in that direction. So if you're on the fence, I'd get on board right now before they get hard to find. Maybe these will get single pack down the line, I don't know. But either way, these are both army builders for their respective generation of the Power Rangers. And I must admit, I've got a soft spot for the Putty Patrollers, but I'm liking these cog figures up against these guys. Looking good. And having these guys up against the putties reminded me I should really do a height comparison. So if you're still with me, they are just over 6 inches tall, which makes a lot of sense. Fits nicely with your Lightning Collection, of course. So now we need some Zeo Rangers. So first up, we have Zeo Gold and Zeo Red compared to the cogs, and it does seem like the cogs are just a slight bit taller than the Rangers, which I'm fine with, to be honest. As I said, these are mechanical robots built to tack the Power Rangers, so it makes sense they're a tiny bit taller, but they do fit nicely and scale together. And once you get these guys all posed up and they're bending and fighting the Rangers, you're not even going to notice if they're out of scale. But I do think the scale works very nicely, and as I said, because these guys can't stand straight and they've got all these awkward stances, they're robots. It sort of makes sense for them to just be a little bit weird and funky. So yeah, not mad about it at all. Next up, here we have the cogs compared to Zeo Blue and Zeo Green. Hopefully now we don't have to wait too long to add pink and yellow to the collection and have the complete Zeo Ranger team, because I must admit, I have got a soft spot for Zeo and just how they pop on the shelf. These are looking great. See what I mean? These guys look great. We just need to add pink and yellow and we've got the full squad, and they're both up for pre-order right now. So as I said, as long as the global shipping crisis doesn't get in the way, fingers crossed we have them both before the year is out and we can complete the Zeo team in Lightning Collection glory to fight our cogs. Here we have the cogs compared to another potential army builder within the Lightning Collection. It is, of course, the Tanga Warrior. And I haven't done a review for these guys, but I'll take this opportunity to say these are amazing figures. I can't wait to add more to the shelf to go along with my Ninjetti Rangers that are now up for pre-order. Because, yeah, these are still in the Mighty Morphin era. And it just makes me a little bit sad that we're never going to get an Ivan Ooze, but we've got the Ninjetti and we've got the Tanga Warriors. So somehow, some way, Hasbro, you've got to make it happen. I need an Ivan Ooze. And for our final Lightning Collection comparison, here we have the cogs compared to my favourite robot within the universe. It is, of course, Alpha 5. And another reason why I love collecting at this 6-inch scale is that I can cross multiverses, and here we have worthy Hellfire Hank compared to these Lightning Collection cogs, and you can see the scale works beautifully. And until this guy goes back to Hasbro, expect to see him in every single video. Here we have Marvel Legends Captain Britain compared to the Lightning Collection cogs. So, final thoughts on these Power Rangers Lightning Collection Zeo Cogs 2-pack. Now, I'm always happy to army build characters when it makes sense for the collection. And as I said, these guys are essentially your putty soldiers to your Zeo Rangers. So I'm happy to add them to the shelf. I'm just a little bit mad that I had to pay the high price to get them. I understand they're an exclusive to Hasbro Pulse, but I do think these army builder sets should be a little bit cheaper, as the people making them know they're army builders. So make them that little bit easier for us to get, because I don't know how long these are going to be on Pulse for. The Putty Patrollers didn't last very long at all, but still, it's nice to get them. As I said, I've brought 2. It's only 2 per person, but I am curious to know how many of these guys do you need in your collection? How many of these guys are you going to army build on your shelf? Let me know in the comments below. Is Zeo your favourite era of the Power Rangers? Always curious to hear your thoughts. But as always, people, my name is Dan W, and I not only review Marvel Legends, I also review many other things on this channel, including Power Rangers when I get the opportunity. So please make sure you stick around on the channel, and most importantly, please hit that subscribe button. Much appreciated. You can also now hit that join button and become a channel member as well. Quite simply show some love or join the members club. Much appreciated. You can follow me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. I'm on Twitter at Dan Who Reviews. And until then, people, my name is Dan W, and I will, of course, see you on the next one.